Committee is holding an important hearing on follow-up to our May 17, 2017 hearing on the Government Accountability Office, GAO, their high-risk list, which included, for the first time, 3 Indian programs. In this hearing, we'll examine the progress of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Bureau of Indian Education, and the Indian Health Service in addressing the GAO's open recommendations for these agencies' programs. Right up front, I want to say that we want all of these programs to be successful. I want to thank the GAO for bringing forward their recommendations and the numerous challenges facing these federal Indian programs, and not just identifying the problem, but providing recommendations. We want to work with the agencies in finding a path forward in these issues, so any further guidance from the GAO is welcome, and that's why we appreciate having you here today. And I also want to thank the witnesses for getting their testimony in on time. On February 15, 2017, the GAO issued its biannual high-risk list, which included Indian energy, Indian education, and Indian healthcare. These programs were considered high risk because they are vulnerable to fraud, waste, abuse, and mismanagement. These programs are vitally important to Native Americans. They affect the safety of school buildings and facilities, quality of health care and education, and the advancement of Indian energy development projects. These high-risk programs put the health and safety of Native Americans at risk. And by implementing the GAO recommendations, the risks identified should be diminished. Likewise, the affected agencies can be strengthened in delivering programs and services to Native Americans. According to the GAO, there are 23 open recommendations for Indian education, 14 open recommendations for Indian health, and 13 open recommendations for Indian energy. The GAO, as stated in their previous testimony, uses 5 criteria to determine if a program should be removed from the high-risk list. To be removed from this list, the agency must demonstrate leadership commitment, agency capacity and resources, an action plan, monitoring, and, of course, progress. We'll continue to closely monitor the progress and commitment of these agencies as they work with the GAO in officially closing out the open recommendations. I also expect that any future recommendations by the GAO will be taken seriously and implemented by the agencies. I know there's still more work to be done by the agencies. However, I am encouraged by recent updates by the GAO that these agencies are making progress in satisfying the open recommendations, especially at BIE and at IHS. Still concerned that there are open recommendations, and also concerned about progress in regard to Indian energy. So again, I welcome our witnesses today and look forward to hearing what progress we've made, and also how we can make more progress. And rest assured, this will not be the last hearing on this subject. With that, I will turn to Vice Chairman Udall.